Greetings, fellow Earthlings, Jake here, and today we're exploring the most incredible place in Kentucky, and possibly the eastern United States. Welcome to Red River Gorge Geological Area. First up, we found ourselves on a rainy day hike to Rockbridge Arch, a pretty easy 1.3 mile loop trail.
Black poncho.
The weather's not an issue for me. I'll hike rain, sleet, or snow. As long as I'm outdoors, I'm happy. If anything, the rain just made it better, because we saw a bunch of cars leave as it started raining when we first got there. Though, it can make the trail a little bit slick.
Callie loves that.
You might have noticed we've added a new pup to the pack. A black and white pit bull named Rocky Casbah. I said I'd talk about him back during the Hidden River Cave video, but I didn't, and I guess that's because I didn't want to make you cry. Now I'm ready to tell his truly tragic origin story. Back in 2022, little baby puppy Rocky was found in a box on the side of the highway. He was then taken in by a woman named Deborah W. from the greater Columbus area, who kept him in a crate, which most likely led to his very noticeable hip dysplasia at such a young age. When her landlord found out about the dog she wasn't supposed to have, she took him to the veterinary clinic/kennel that my girlfriend Lauren now works at. Deborah asked that Rocky be put down, but that's not what they did at all. Instead, they kept him and made him a permanent resident of the kennel. No one wanted to adopt him because of his medical condition and because, well, understandably, he doesn't like humans. But after a while, he took a liking to Lauren, who started hanging out with him and taking him on walks. And, reluctantly at first, Rocky has even started to take a liking to me, which in turn has led us to unofficially adopt him and take him on these adventures with us while we try to find a place big enough for all of us.
It's neat looking. Kind of weird.
So yeah, sorry to be a downer, but that's Rocky, and he's a good puppers. I just thought this was kind of an odd rock formation on the side of the trail.
Callie!
Right here you can see where the forest changes. It's pretty neat.
And then green.
The secret to rainy day hikes is to always do the waterfall trails so you can see them actually flowing. This is a nice little waterfall known as Creation Falls, right down the trail from our destination. Rockbridge Arch, the only true natural bridge in the Red River Gorge area. This is a type of arch known as a waterfall arch. It was formed by a waterfall flowing over a resistant top layer of rock while starting to dig through a weaker layer a little further back. Eventually, the water cut through to create the stunning natural bridge that you see before you today. Standing on top of this, you can imagine a time when the creek was higher and a beautiful waterfall flowed down the other side. But that thought soon faded away as the thought popped into my mind to run across it.
That was almost the end of the GoPro, right there. So lucky.
Here's a helpful GoPro tip. The head mount works a lot better than holding it in your teeth while running and jumping across rocks like a crazy person. Next, we made our way from Rockbridge to the Angel Windows Trail. Rocky was tired and opted to sleep in the car, which this was fine since it was a cool rainy day in spring.
I kept waking up this morning and he was on his back like next to me.
Angel Windows Double Arch, or as some of the locals refer to it, Horsehead Arch. And I kind of like that one better since I'm a horse person and all. We passed some other people along the way, and since it's only a 0.3 mile trail to the arch, we decided to explore a little farther. And I'm really glad we did, because there were some interesting features back here. We pressed on a little bit further as the trail started to get a little rougher, and this is where we came across an interesting geological formation that is semi-common throughout the Red River Gorge.
Good girl. Where'd you walk up here?
Where are we going?
This is a formation that goes by many names if you ask social media. One of my favorites that I heard was Ohm Dome, and I think that's because it's like one of the first things I did when I climbed in, before I even knew it was called that.
This is my meditation chamber.
The correct name for these seems to be Hueco, Hueco. I had some trouble finding information on the ones here in Kentucky, as they seem to be more of a formation that you see out west. But eventually, I came across an article by treadthered.com, and it goes something like this. Basically, there are siderite concretions in the sandstone, which is like a ball of iron carbonate. This siderite chemically reacts with water and dissolves slowly over time, leaving a spherical hole in the rock that then gets weathered into the human-sized Ohm Dome that it is today. And yeah, I had a little too much fun up in here.
Try and get a picture of us in each of the arches.
From here, we hit up the next arch along the road, Whistling Arch.
Oh, whoa. Parkour time.
Unfortunately, we weren't able to hear how this arch got its name, as it's supposed to whistle as the wind blows through. I guess it wasn't windy enough, or perhaps it was just blowing in the wrong direction. But we could pretend. Even if the wind's not blowing, it's still worth checking out if you don't mind a little scramble, because there's a pretty awesome view from the top. And if you do mind a scramble, well, don't fret, because you can get nearly the same incredible view from the road nearby.
We're having a fire over there? Is that nice?
Look at me. No, look at...
I hope you enjoyed the video, and if so, leave a comment and let me know what your favorite spot in the gorge is. And stay tuned, because this isn't even half of what we explored on our Red River Gorgeous adventure. As always, enjoy the great outdoors, leave it better than you found it, and thanks for adventuring with Dangerous Naturist.
Why? Ow! You bite hard! Okay. Getting a little carried away. You get a little carried away.